Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel where we unpack every single thing South African politics, from corruption exposés to behind the scenes power plays in Parliament. Yabo. In today's explosive update, guys, hey, Cape Town was buzzing after the DA's justice spokesperson, Glynnis Breytenbach, took direct aim at KZN Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. Yay! We did not understand where everything she was saying was coming from. I could literally hear South Africans in their hearts saying, "What are you saying?" You know what her message was? This isn't Hollywood. That's what she said. Combat gear, check. Automatic weapons, check. Combat gear, check. Automatic weapons, check. And masked officers at a media briefing, check. No. Breytenbach says that looked like a coup waiting to happen. So let me break it down to you so you understand this properly, right? So there was a press briefing that we all remember on the 6th of July that shocked the entire South Africa. And roughly maybe 4 weeks ago, this is roughly 4 weeks ago, the KZN police commissioner shocked us. He called a press conference, right? But it wasn't just an explosive corruption allegation kind of press conference that caught everyone's attention. It was actually the presentation that caught everyone off guard. Okay, what he said was also a shock, but also the presentation, like, man, what are you trying to say? Are we in war now, you know? So Commissioner Mkhwanazi arrived flanked by heavily armed officers in full combat gear, not half, full. With their faces, balaclavas covered, weapons cocked and ready. That scene was honestly very intense. Hey, it was unnerving, honestly, and almost like a military operation. But for many, including Miss Breytenbach and the DA, the real question wasn't what was said. For them, it is why this method and why now. To be honest, I don't want to put my emotions into this because I was going to answer in a number of ways, but for now, let me hold it because Breytenbach, don't make me mad. Anyway, there was an explosive reaction from Breytenbach, honestly. And speaking on the DA's official podcast, Breytenbach, who is also part of Parliament, by the way. She is part of the Parliament's ad hoc committee that is investigating Mkhwanazi's claims. She did not mince her words. As in, I quote, she said, "He comes to the portfolio committee on police once a month. Why didn't he tell them about it? That was the appropriate space to raise it. I mean, what do you mean? You know what? I am going to comment because what does she mean? He did. He did. What do you mean he didn't? He did. And he literally said the exact same thing that he said in the portfolio committee. That the difference with what he said on the 6th of July was mentioning the names, to be honest, and the gear and the presentation. But every other thing was exactly the same thing that he said in the portfolio committee. So what do you want, Wanda Breytenbach? Eh? What do you want? Are you trying to support the ANC and try and man? No. She apparently believed that Mkhwanazi had multiple formal channels to report corruption with SAPS, but chose a media circus instead. Why do you call it a media circus? Because this man is literally saying in our faces that there is corruption in the places that you're supposed to report this. And like he should not have done that, because even if he was to report it to you, you would not have helped him anyway. So you know what? I support Mkhwanazi in what he did and how he did it. I don't want to lie. She continues to say, and the gear. Okay, I quote, "To come to the press conference with people in full combat gear with automatic weapons and wearing masks? That looks like a coup loading." Aye, man. Her take is if the commissioner had serious allegations, he should have first approached Parliament. He should have also approached IPID, and he should have maybe tried approaching the Office of the Minister of Police. What do you mean when the same person is the one that is doing the problems? Werner Breytenbach, I don't understand. And you know what? I don't want to continue with this video right now because I'm mad. But I'll continue because I need to make you guys understand how crazy I think this lady is. Anyway, Then we have the ad hoc committee that is now beginning to work, Anne. So, despite her critique, then Breytenbach is not dismissing the substance of Mkhwanazi's claims. She says the claims that Mkhwanazi has made are actually valid, right? And in fact, she is one of 18 members of parliament that are obviously now tasked with investigating the allegations through the newly formed ad hoc committee, which was honestly greenlit by the National Assembly that we know. So, this committee's first official meeting kicks off on Tuesday. And this is where they will be electing a chairperson. They are going to be outlining investigation priorities, and they're going to begin examining the SAPS corruption allegations, right? And this is obviously as raised in the the press briefing that previously happened. And it's a high stake, honestly, moment for South African criminal justice systems. And eyes will obviously be on how transparent, how accountable, and how thorough this process is going to become. And currently, there is a political and a public reaction that is, hey, in between here and there. Breytenbach, we are mad at, but this is one of the other important things. South Africans are actually in splits, to be honest. Some are believing that Mkhwanazi was brave to blow the whistle publicly, right? That he feared internal sabotage, which is exactly what I'm saying. If he went through official channels. But others, like Breytenbach, are arguing that theatrics do not equal accountability, and a man who is in his position must respect institutional processes. Okay, I will hold my peace right now. I will not be mad because, oh, yeah. Other political parties have called for Mkhwanazi to name and shame those people who are involved, right? Saying that if he truly wants to clean the SAPS, now is the time to speak fully. So, to be honest, still, there aren't really a lot of other names that have been mentioned except for the ones that we've heard. Abo Senzomkruno, Sibiya. Other people have just been coming up out of there. Abo Brown Mkhotsi, hey, Woket Matlala, and all the allegations that have followed what he has said in the press conference. But no names have been officially confirmed. Ane. So currently, my final thoughts of this and what I think is next is, hey guys, what is clear here is South Africa is deeply concerned about this growing police corruption and the scandals that go along with the police. And whether it is political or it is principled, the people that are affected are the citizens, and they are affected big time. And unfortunately, if the processes do not assist them, we do not want to find ourselves in a place where there is an outroar of violence in communities just because these things are not working properly for us, you know. And whether political or principled, it has thrown fresh fuel into the entire fire. So the DA and the ANC and even the society and other organizations are still waiting for answers, and we are going to be waiting. You know what? We are going to be looking every day to try and understand what this ad hoc committee is going to come with. Oh, bazoza nenye. And we will be right here to bring them to you. So please let me know what you think. I would like to know what you think about this. Was Mkhwanazi justified in going public with his concerns? Or is this woman, Breytenbach, honestly trying to overstretch and be relevant at a time that is very inappropriate for her to do so? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the like and notification button for more uncensored updates on South African politics. This is your girl, Vishongilongo Beni from Allegedly, exposing the truth behind the press conferences, the bully after the politics. Until next time, stay informed and stay alert. Bye.